Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. This clothes that I'm wearing, about me to color alone, has fit me. I kept it. That's the clothes I used to check if I'm already getting too big or if I'm still pen. So my clothes, what if it's bad? About me dupe. Yeah, welcome to my channel. That's just by the way. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kemisola Emmanuel, for those who don't know me, and this is Ajowi Kemisola, and yeah, I'm here. If you have not subscribed, come on, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and just hit that subscribe button, and feel free to turn on your notification button so that as we drop videos, you can get a notification about that. Also, please like and please share this video if it has, blessed you, or somebody that you think, this actually speaks to personally. Today, I won't be talking too much. I'll just be, sharing my opinion about what I think about young people speaking about marriage. That's what I want to talk about, and if you want a title for this, I will say, can I speak about marriage? Can I speak about marriage? That's what I'll call this video. Can I speak about marriage? Is it okay for me to speak about marriage? And this conversation we are about to have right now, this thought on my mind that I'm about to share, is just from me speaking to people who are older, speaking to people who are younger, and speaking to people my generation. That's where it stems from. That's where it's coming from. And hopefully, God willing, I'm able to bring people of, people who are older, people of the older generation, to also help us speak into, this topic as well. And maybe somebody my age, God willing, I'll be able to bring them up on the channel, and we just, talk around this issue. Because I've heard so many older people, when they see people who are 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 year, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years in marriage, 8, 9, 10 in marriage, and they are talking about marriage, they just feel like, you don't know anything about marriage yet. Keep quiet. It's not time for you to speak about marriage. And I understand where they are coming from the bunch of experiences that they've had and all of that, and how they've grown over the years. But I just personally feel like there is nowhere you get to in life that someone doesn't need your experience. You might think I'm 2 years in marriage, but somebody who is waiting to get married wants to hear from you. So I don't think there is an actual age to speak about marriage. I don't think that speaking about marriage is maybe an age thing. I feel like older people might have more experiences to share, more depth of wisdom to share from. But it doesn't mean that the younger people, that we don't have something to say. I don't completely agree with that, because there are even situations where you will hear somebody share their experience about marriage, or tell you how they are doing marriage and how it is working for them. And the older ones can even pick that up and learn and say, oh, you know what? Let me try this in my marriage, and it's actually going to work for them. So that ideology of just keeping quiet because you think you don't have anything to say, I don't think it's true. I actually don't think it's true, because my friend and I were actually conversing and we're talking around things, and we just spoke to ourselves. We said, do you know how many people are willing to hear this thing that we share just between the both of us? Do you know how many people that would like to hear it? Do you know how many marriages that these little things can help? Because we're actually talking about growth in marriage. We're comparing. I am going to be 5 years in marriage by God's grace by February. That friend of mine that I was speaking to, she was, she clocked 5 years in marriage just this November. Yeah, if I'm right. Last November, if I'm right. Last November, I mean, this is December 1st. So this December month that just, got concluded, their marriage turned 5 years. And we're just thinking, we're sharing our struggles in our first year of marriage and how we've really grown from that, and how we've transformed so much into, these young, beautiful women, and how, we've grown, we've learned to know our spouses, they've learned to know us. And most times people give up in their marriage because they don't know that it's a growth process. They don't know that the person you are seeing right now might revolve over time, and we change to that thing that you're looking for. But marriage is like a raw material. When you have it, you keep working on it by the help of the Holy Spirit. You keep, it keeps transforming from glory to glory. That's why I think marriage is not just something where a perfect man and a perfect woman, they meet each other and bam, they get married, and and the passion starts to blow, the flame is up there and all of that. But these are the fantasies that people in marriage, these are the fantasies that they have. And I think when the older people are saying these things, it may not be as practical as possible. If young people hear these things from we young people, I feel like they're able to relate and they're able to connect. So that's one of the reasons why I don't think there is a particular age to speak about marriage. If you're already doing marriage, in your first year of marriage, you can share. This is what I've learned in my first year of marriage. It doesn't mean that it will be applicable to everyone who gets married, but what if there are people who are just looking forward to that information to thrive in their own marriage? So I actually don't, it's not everybody that is called to the space of speaking and all of that, but if you feel like God has laid it in your heart and you are called into this place of speaking into the, into the institution of marriage, please feel free. Feel free. And like I always say on this channel, I'm not saying my opinion is absolute. I'm sharing from my experience. I'm sharing from what I think. And I feel like when young people want to share, I don't think old people should tell us to keep quiet. Because life doesn't work that way. There was a question I asked. I said, some of these things that we young ones are learning from other young people, we didn't learn from the older ones because we don't have it out there. They didn't put it out there. Take, for example, postpartum depression. Who is talking about that? Who is speaking into that space? Young people just started speaking into it. That's when we had the older generation to started speaking into it. For the longest of all times, there was no enough resources on postpartum depression, how your body changes after childbirth. What about pregnancy struggles? Who is speaking about that? Who is talking about that? What about finances? What about the issue of sex? Especially, who is speaking about sex in marriage? Who is talking about how you explore, sexually when you get married? Who is speaking about all of these things? Our older ones are keeping quiet, and the younger ones now are coming to say, this is the way you can navigate things. And now they're telling us that, keep quiet, you don't know enough about marriage. I disagree. We may not know enough, but we know something. We are doing something, and it can help somebody that is just coming. So I feel like I do respect the older people. Oh, I absolutely love them because I've drawn so many wealth of wisdom from this older generation. But I would just say, in as much as we respect you guys and we do love you, please give us wings to also fly. It's not like we'll be talking about, say, how many years have you been married? 5 years or like you'll soon be tired. You'll soon get tired of this, your marriage thing. I feel like it's evil prophecy. And sometimes it happens because when they say to the younger ones, sometimes you've sown a seed, you've planted a seed in their head, you've planted a seed in their minds, and knowingly and unknowingly, these seeds, they begin to come to fruition. They begin to materialize. So when we say, I would also like to beg the older generation, when you see younger people doing marriages well, doing their marriage well, please encourage them. Encourage them, help them to fan the flame of that marriage to come to life. Let's not kill their vibe. Let's not kill their vibe. Let's not say, oh, it's because, don't worry, after the first 15 years in marriage, I'll come and ask you. Every 15 years started from a day old. So please help us feel welcome. Help us know that our opinions too are valid, but you can guide us. You can now tell us that, from your wealth of experience, this is what you think. From your years of experience, this thing can work. Maybe you should try it this way. Yes, but don't say that, oh, your experience, don't tell us, the younger people, that our experiences are totally invalid because you feel like you are older, because you feel like you've done marriage ahead of us. It doesn't mean that our experiences are invalid because we are not living in your shadows. Every marriage is the same. And I feel like people can learn from anybody. Even the older ones can learn from the younger ones. So this is not like a pass for younger couples to go and be disrespecting older couples. That's not what I'm saying here, please. So let's have balance to these things. We younger ones should also not feel like, oh, we know it all. Oh, their generation is different from our generation. Oh, something like this. Some of the things that we are passing through, they've passed through. They've also gone through it. They've passed through it. The only difference is they are quiet. The generation ahead of us, before us, they internalize things a lot. They keep their struggles. That's why they keep their struggles, even their joy. Let's even forget about, some people have marriages that are working brilliantly. Teach younger people, this is how to do things. This is how we did things. You can try things out this way. So I feel like the older and the younger generation, we need to work hand in hand. We are not in isolation of each other. So we shouldn't be always looking forward to condemning each other. The older is condemning the younger is condemning the older. Now. we can work hand in hand so that we can have better marriages, so that we can have better homes. We can share experiences. You that you have 5 years in marriage, 4 years in marriage, help people that are just going to get married. Help them. If you feel that God has helped you in your marriage, draw their hands along, because sometimes the reason why a lot of marriages are crumbling is because people that have marriages that are working, they are not speaking into that space. They're not speaking into that space. Sometimes for every 5, 6 marriages that crumble, there are like 100 that is working. But where are those 100 people? Where are they? Just like the leper. When Jesus healed the 10 lepers, only one came back to give gratitude. Let's give back to the community. Let's give back to the society. If there is something that we are doing that we think can work, let's help people. It does not even mean that you have to do YouTube video like this. That's not what I'm saying. It can be in your own little community. It can be in your church. It can be your friend. It can be your mentee. It can be somebody looking up to you. Let's stretch forth hands of love to people, and let's help people make their relationships work. Some people will look at marriages crumbling, and you have what it takes. God has blessed you with what it takes to help build that marriage, and you will watch it crumbling. You keep quiet, say, maybe I'm not old enough to speak into that space. Maybe I don't have things to say. Or you know right inside of you that God has blessed you with what could make that marriage work. So this is me challenging my generation, that please, let's speak up. Let's help people more. Let's let people know that there are marriages that are working. And I would like to beg the older generation, please don't shun us, don't turn us, don't think that our experiences are invalid because we are younger. Because we also have our own experiences. Help us. If there's something you think we should be learning from you, share your experiences with us. Help us. And young ones too, please, let's learn. Let's learn. Let's listen. You can still not compare 2 years of marriage to 30, 35, 38 years of marriage. There's actually something they are doing wrong. Sorry, there's something that they are doing right that we can learn from. There's something that they are doing right that we can learn from. So let's be open to learn as well. Let's be open to learn. Thank you so much. And don't feel less of yourself because you are just young in marriage, because my dear, you've clocked, it's 1 year, it's 2 years, it's 3 years, it's 4 years. By God's grace, you'll be celebrating 30, you'll be celebrating 35. But every year that you add another year in your marriage, celebrate it, carry it on top of your head. You know easy if he is a runner. You know easy is by God's grace. There are people that could not be married for 2 days, they will have broken it off, they'll break each other's head. It's not because you are more faithful than them. It's just because maybe they don't understand each other, some things are happening and all of that. So please, let's celebrate our little wins, and we want our older ones to celebrate us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to share. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.